Welcome back. In the United States, people have a lower life expectancy than other developed countries due to a variety of factors, including access to healthcare and lifestyle choices. Empire Blue Cross Blue Shield recently partnered with Montefiore and the New York City Parks for this year's second annual Bronx Fit Fest. Now, the event actually allowed the community to join free fitness and dance classes, as well as some sports clinics, healthy living tips, and wellness screenings. Here now to give us more details is the RN and Clinical Quality Program Director at Empire, Laura Brosen, and then Community Relations Manager at Montefiore Health, Jason Caraballo. And thank you both for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I guess I'll begin with saying this is a wonderful partnership that's really addressed to dealing some of the health disparities that we have right here in the borough. And of course, the second annual Bronx Fit Fest. And so for people who may not have attended, what did they miss?
I'll start, Jason.
Sure.
It was a great event. It's just great to partner again, as you said, with Montefiore Medical Center and to be in the Bronx and the community, to come together in a fun way to promote health and fitness. And to just, be all together again after being not together during COVID, and, to have these fun dance events and nutrition and screenings and, just be out in the community.
Yeah. Jason?
Yeah, I mean, it was a great way to use public space in a way that we don't typically use it. Here in the Bronx, the vast majority of families don't have access to their own private outdoor space. And unfortunately, we're shut in for much of the pandemic. So now that we've begun to reemerge from the pandemic and return to some semblance of pre-COVID normalcy, it's important that we get out there and get physically active and leverage the public outdoor spaces that we have for that purpose. So, it was really great to see that happen.
When we talk about access is pretty huge here in the borough of the Bronx. Sometimes that access to healthcare really does not happen because people simply don't go. But in your way, you had a chance to really bring it to them. How impactful is it to really bring wellness to residents?
That's a great point, Jamie. So I think it's important to bring the wellness to the community, to give them access. At this event, we had an opportunity for people to understand how they could sign up for healthcare if they didn't have it currently, how they could access free resources in the community. We had community partners where, again, there were free resources that they may not know about. So I think it's important to understand how to connect to the resources that they might have, and then how to find things that are available to them, whether it be through, the great New York City Department of Parks. The city has a lot to offer through Montefiore Medical Center, or through potentially a health plan like us at Empire.
Yeah. And Jason, a little bit about the health screenings. I mean, how important is it for people to really be out there and take advantage of this?
I mean, the importance of health screenings, it can't be overstated. You mentioned access and the difficulty in access. There are tons of barriers to access that people in our communities face that make it difficult for them to get these necessary screenings. So in the event that people can't come to us for the healthcare that they need, we make it a priority to take healthcare to them where they are. And even if people do have access to a lot of these services, navigating it can sometimes be a significant challenge as well. So when we provide these screening services, we also have people who can help them navigate the system a little bit further should they need additional care or follow-up treatment.
Yeah, and we know the Bronx really lags behind in the state as far as health, and we know that the Not 62 campaign is out there really trying to improve health outcomes for our residents. A part of health is also healthy eating, and I know that was also a component that you guys had out there helping people to live in a more healthy lifestyle when it comes to eating.
That's right. And so something like an example of what we had is smoothies. Everyone likes a smoothie. But for people who have diabetes, for example, too much fruit or carbohydrate could be a bad thing. So we had a nutritionist providing those smoothies with a recipe that goes with it that's friendly for diabetes, to could show you how many calories and break it down, and also have a discussion with the people at the event to understand how that could be a healthy part of a diabetes diet.
Yeah. And so for you guys, after having an event such as this, What are some of the takeaways that you have after having this experience for the second time?
Well, I think one major takeaway is that the public, our communities, they're interested in these kinds of things. They're interested in their own well-being, the well-being of their families and their neighbors, and making sure that they can stay healthy, particularly as we come out of this pandemic. I think that kind of brought it to the forefront of everyone's mind how important it is to be healthy. So recognizing that people have an interest in this and that there's demand for the services and information that we provide at events like this is really encouraging, and just motivates us to do this work even further and more in depth.
Yeah. Do you find that after somebody takes advantage of like a healthy day like this and people come out, they take advantage of the screenings and participate, that there is a follow-up on the part of the people in terms of whether it's going to their local doctor or following up with some of the organizations that actually are out there on the ground?
I think it's an increasing of an awareness as well. So maybe somebody didn't realize the signs and symptoms of diabetes or another disease, and that they didn't see us or Montefiore as a resource in their community, and they didn't know where to go or how to get started. Sometimes just getting started is the hard part. So I definitely think we see them following up and understanding how to take the first step.
Yeah. Jason, I'll let you get in. I know you want to say something.
Oh no, I was just agreeing with everything she just said. She's right on point with it. Initially, I guess when I personally started doing this work, I didn't think that there would be much follow-up on the part of the public, but I'm very happy to have been proven wrong. When people connect to services that they realize are beneficial to them and their families, they follow up for sure. They want to make sure that they're getting the full benefit of what's available to them.
Mhm. And for the both of you, I mean, after you have an event such as this, where do you go from here?
I think we go back to our respective institutions and see what we can do more of, recognize the success that we've had with an event like this, and just continue to build upon it.
I think that's right. Montefiore and Empire are committed to partnering in the Bronx together to make more events like this happen. We're committed to improving the health. And as you mentioned, Not 62, these kind of events are small steps together in the community to giving them what they need. And hopefully, we'll keep doing this as we go on.
Yeah, Laura and definitely Jason, thank you. Small steps lead to great outcomes. And so thank you for taking small steps and really helping our community get more healthy and creating more health awareness. Want to thank Laura Brosen and Jason Caraballo. Thank you for being with us here on Open.
Thank you
Thanks
so much.
for having us.
All righty now, if you want more information, we encourage you to visit the website at empireblue.com and montefiore.org. Well, we do have more show. We want you to stay with us. Open continues coming up after this.